Merry Christmas, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the live watch along of the fourth test match in the Ashes series between England and Australia. This is a Christmas special, and welcome to the number one cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here, and as usual, I appreciate your company. And I think that tonight is a night, it's Christmas, and we can relax because at least we are not talking about West Indies cricket tonight. But who to tell you, I do not decide where the conversation go, where you want it to go, that's where I will take it. So England won the toss, asked Australia to bat first, and they are 8 without loss, as got Atkinson bowled to Travis Head, who turned it down to fine leg for a singer and pushed the score up now to 9 without loss. So Ed is on 1 and Weatherald is on 3. So Weatherald is on 3 and Travis Head is on 1. So 6 extras thus far. 6 extras. Well, sorry. Weatherall is on 3 and Head is on 1, so it's 5 extras. That is probably a 5 wide or something. The feed just come across, that's why I just tune in. Atkinson ball to Ed, who leaves it alone outside the half stump. Very strange to see Ed leaving a delivery outside the half stump. So once again, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and I hope you enjoy the day. And for those of us who not really going anywhere tonight or this evening or just staying at home and chilling, because most Christmas, most persons stay at home, you have a sumptuous dinner as usual, and after that you just chill out with the family for the rest of the evening. So I thank you for joining me, and especially this year when the island was struck by Melissa, that lady, Melissa, then, you know, they dispose of her income, and in most cases is 0. So yes, Carse bowls to the left-handed Weatherall, and he was looking to take the bat away from that one, and it made contact with the bat. They go through for another run. So he moves up to 4, and they score 10 without loss. So Australia been asked to take first strike at 10 without loss in the 4th test match. Do you think that they will give them 5 love? I think so. I think that once England did not win that first test match, then 5 love was always on the card. So Carse is over the wicket. He bowls to Ed, and Ed plays with a straight bat to mid-off, and there is no run. So Ed is on the charge here, as an opener. Ed is on the charge. How you doing, Athena? Good to have you here, man. Merry Christmas to you. Much appreciated. And thank you for being here as we watch some Ashes cricket. This is a new thing on the cricket forum that we are watching Ashes cricket. Usually we would have probably watched a T20 match, but we have never watched a test match. We have never done a watch along for a test match outside of the West Indies. So we'll be here for probably the first session, the first 2 hours of play, and see as Carse bowls to the left-handed Travis Head. He played it to mid-on. Again, there is no run. The score remains at 10 without loss after 3.3 overs. 10 without loss. As Carse hitting back of a length. Carse had been widely criticized for unable to hit a spot. So, but he has started well here. He has started pretty well. 2 runs from his first 3 overs. 2 slip on a gully as forward short leg as Ed played at to backward point, and there is no run. The score remains at 10 without loss. So 10 without loss there. Ed is on 1. Weatherall is on 4. And after 3.5 overs, Jafra Archer is out of this team. Ollie Pope got his drop. Should have been dropped a long time ago. Was lucky to be in the team. So I'm not surprised that he was dropped. Just like how we need to get rid of Rust and Chase. I can't see I just can't see West Indies picking Rastan Chase again. Carse stood head, played it away through square leg. Work for the fielder off the backward square leg boundary. They're gone for 1. They'll come back for 2. The score goes up now to 12 without loss. So 12 without loss after 3.5 as Ed worked that away through backward square leg and they come back for 2. Melbourne in all its glory. That was in the air, what it passed to the left of the forward short leg. Wasn't a chance. It was to his left. He would have probably have to be 2-3 meters to his left to really have a chance at that one. Carse over the wicket, bowls to head down the leg side, through to the keeper, and there is no run. So 12 without loss after 4. Yes. Garth Williams said Ben Duckett needs to be the next to drop. You mean dropped or dropped from the team or dropped? Because in these days it don't looks like Ben Duckett is standing up at all, isn't he? I saw where Ben Stokes told them that no one should drink more than 8 pints on Christmas Day. I don't know why he never said none. Greetings to you, Juna Benjamin. It's a pleasure. Melbourne is packed to its rafter. It's a regular Boxing Day test. Atkinson over the wicket outside the half stump, Weatherald allows it to go through. Big up yourself, Juna Benjamin. How you doing, man? Really happy to have you here. This is serious cricket today, Juna Benjamin. No curry goat cricket today. Serious cricket. Was it yesterday or today I was thinking about you, Juna Benjamin. Not really thinking about you. Just came to mind that, always talking about the curry goat cricket. Yes. So Ben Duckett. Over the wicket. Atkinson bowls to Weatherald. That's a tight leave. He leaves it and bunks. Up to yesterday, there were 10 millimeters of grass on the pitch, and it's expected to seam around. It's overcast. Let's see what happened. England won the toss. Is that a backward step by England to put in Australia to bat first in a test match, or are they playing the condition? Yeah. Atkinson bowled to Weatherald, leaves alone again outside the half stump. This is the first morning of a test match, and you'd have heard me say it many times that the first morning of a test match belongs to the bowler. The greatest, the number one objective of a batting team on the first morning of a test match is to try and reach lunch without losing any wicket. The number of runs on the board is not crucial at that time. You want to get to lunch without losing a wicket on the first morning of a test match. Atkinson to Weatherald, who stopped that gully, and there's no run. Good stop there by Bethell, the man who replaced Pope in the team, moving to his right. Yeah, but there's your man under the helmet at forward short leg there, Garth Williams, Ben Duckett. Wonder how many ducks he had today. Yes. Ashes is sure business. It's serious business. Yes, no curry goat. That is true, Juna Benjamin. Atkinson to Weatherald, that's a tight leave. He leaves that and bunks it, go right over the stump. I would love to see that from behind the stump to see how far over the stump that went, because that's really a tight leave, in my opinion. I would really love to see that. It's a while in Viewer Live Cricket Forum was out of it a bit. Good to be back viewing the number one program. Thank you very much, Juna Benjamin. We miss you. We understand, We understand a lot of those things. Why are they showing that? Why are they showing that rubbish on the TV? Who wants to see a man underwear? Wide outside the half stump, more comfortable leave. End of 5, 12 without loss. I feel Duckett have a secret for Stokes, said Benjamin. I don't know. You have a secret for him. Wow. Let's say he should be dropped by now. Yeah. You know, it's hard to see why Duckett is in the team, Junior Benjamin. You know. I would have, you know, come to think of it, both Garth Williams and Junior Benjamin. What do you think about the guy batting at 8? Stepping up to open the innings. You know, so I think that's an option. So always still in the level it has to be. Yeah, so you say that Ian Stokes, you know. So let's see, you know, the field is 2 slipper gully, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, backward of square leg, forward short leg, and a man on the fine leg boundary. Interesting. So a short backward square leg and a man on the deep fine leg boundary. Ed drove that through the covers down to the boundary for 4. Pitched up into the drive, driven down to the boundary for 4, 16 without loss. Over pitched there by Atkinson. Ed was quick to pounce and he drove it sweetly through the covers, down to the extra cover boundary for 4. He moves up to 7, 16 without loss. Yes, Jax is a top order batter in limited overs. Oh, so it can work. I would love to see him open the innings. I would love to. And he, you know, Carse to Ed, and Ed drives again. Not as elegantly, but it will run away for 4 more down to the long half boundary. Not as elegantly as the previous one, but he just tapped it away for 4. So 4 more to drop his head, and the Barmy Army is silent. 20 without loss after 5.2. Barmy Army is silent. Yeah, he's a top order batsman. He's just using the wrist to ensure that he gets the ball in the gap. You know, it wasn't as pleasing or elegant as the first one, but it was technically sound as you saw the wrist coming into action then guiding the ball into the gap. Carse to head, who overcorrects, and he plays that through mid-wicket. Let's wait on the umpire signal to see whether it's a leg by or off the bat. No signal from the umpire. 1 more to Ed. He's on 12, 21 without loss. The same number of deliveries that Ed faced, 21. Weatherald comes into strike now. There's your man under the bat there, Junior Benjamin. Yeah, you know, just look at that wrist. Look at that wrist getting the ball into the gap. You hope that West Indies batsmen would be looking at things like these. You know? You definitely hope. Now, I don't mind talking about West Indies cricket, Junior Benjamin. I definitely don't mind. And it's a peaceful time, you know. It's a painful time. I know watch along is yeah, but I don't mind. I have no problem talking about West Indies cricket. So the chats are welcome. The comments are welcome. I do not have an issue talking about West Indies cricket. Welcome to everyone who is on the show. Thank you for being here. Check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description and use the link to make your purchases on Amazon. Over the wicket, outside the half stump, allows to go through by Weatherald. He remains on 4. The score 21 without loss. Yeah, so check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description and use the link there to make your Amazon purchase. And you can also check out COOFANDY for men's fashion. The link is also in the video description. Check them out. And when you do, you're supporting the Cricket Forum. Yes, the painful time for West Indies cricket. Rastan Chase shouldn't be the captain. Rastan Chase should never, ever play Test cricket again for West Indies unless he makes more runs in regional 4-day cricket than anyone else. Punch down the ground. This will run away very close to the boundary. England are giving Chase that they look cold and drunk, are they? Are the English fielders drunk? They just look so out of it. This is 5 love, you know. 5 love is written all over this. 23 without loss, England. Sorry, wow. England doesn't reach 23 without loss. Do they? No, I doubt it very much. Yes. Do they? No, they don't reach 23 So 2 slips to the gully. Backward point, mid off, mid on, backward of square leg, forward short leg, and a leg slip. Head drives magnificently through the covers down to the boundary for 4. Carse over pitching and then driving it into the boundary for 4. Lovely shot. The fielder gave chase and he dived, but he could not stop it. Lovely shot. 27 without loss at the end of 6. What a shot by Travis Ed. Was it Ed or Weatherald? It was Weatherald. Sorry. My mistake. Both are left-hander. It was Weatherald there as he drove it sweetly down to the boundary. The ball just teased the fielders and they have to run. The Duckett English fielders. They have 8 points each yesterday. Do they? Did they? Banana Brooks, where are you? It's either you're a well-qualified batting coach or you was a great batsman when you played. Reefer is none of the two. Always he the batting coach. Oh, what lyrics from Junior Benjamin. Reefer. Reefer boy. Reefer. So 3 slips on the gully. Backward point. Mid off. Mid on. Forward square leg. Ed is bowled down. He's bowled. He looks to cut and Atkinson got the wicket. Bottom edge onto the stump edge. Ed bowled down. Australia lost their first wicket with Ed, who have scored 2 centuries in the tournament thus far, gone bowled. So that comment about Reefer, we are not seeing where the West Indies batsmen are improving. I keep on making the point, and supporters of Blunder Factory and Reefer and so on, they're trying to make the point that the team is weak. But that is no excuse for the team is not improving. The example that I always use is your child averaging 20 in a subject, say English. So the child is averaging 20 in English or mathematics, say mathematics. And each day the child go to school, you know that your child is poor in English. But after 6 months at school, you expect that child average will move from 20 to probably even 22 or 23. In the case of the West Indies, where the batsmen are poor, the team is poor, their averages are not moving forward. Their averages are getting worse. So the coaches has to be blamed for that. They have to be blamed. I feel like saying why English choose to feel. I think they were saying that 10 millimeter of grass was on the pitch up to yesterday. I don't know if it was shaved this morning, and it is expected to be overcast. So those are 2 reasons. 3, the third reason, I think that England it's a beating the team and then just get covered. They don't want to bat first and they are bowled out by T for 180. So they are just covered. They are covered. They have lost all their confidence. I think those are the 3 reasons why probably they bat first. So there are 3 slips. No, there are 2 slips, a gully, a leg slip, forward short leg, backward point, mid off, mid on, and a man on the long leg boundary. You could call it 4 slip, driven down the ground by Labuschagne. You could call it 4 slip, but there are 2, then a gap, then a 4th slip. Then there's a backward point, and then there's a mid off. There's a mid on, and there's a forward short leg, and there's a man on the long leg boundary. That's 8. Where's the other fielder? Is he at square leg? I'll tell you shortly. as Labuschagne was on the front foot and stroked that down back to the bowler who make a diving stop. Atkinson, Gus Atkinson is this. Oh, short fine leg. The field at short, not short fine leg, at a leg gully or a leg slip. Yeah, in that region, you could say a leg slip, a wide leg slip. Yes, so let me give you the feel now. There are two slips, then a gap, then another slip, backward point mid-off, then there's a mid-on, then there's a forward short leg. A man at leg slip, you'd call him probably second or third leg slip, and then there's a man on the 45 boundary, long leg boundary. Atkinson over the wicket. To Labuschagne, pitched up, driven through mid-on. There's runs for Labuschagne. It will go very close towards the boundary. Ben Stokes lumbered off for it like a drunken man and flicked it back. And they will come back for 3, surely. Or have they run 4? Let's see. The second and 3. Labuschagne is off the mark. The score goes up now to 30 for 1 as Labuschagne is on 3. Good shot there by Labuschagne. Pitched up and Ben Stokes lumbered after it and collects it and flick it back, should say, and then come back into the field and send the return in. So the score is 30 for 1. It's Brook. It was a Ben Stokes. He really lumbered off that. You can see that he has some he's breathing very heavily. 4 slipped in place as Atkinson to the left-handed, Weatherald who played it on the bounce back to the bowler. 30 for 1. This came forward and played it back onto the bounce and to the bowler. Labuschagne is on 3. Weatherald is on 10. Yeah, why is my score way ahead? So I need to remove it because it's way ahead. So it doesn't lend itself to good coverage. Right? He flashes at that one Weatherald and it goes through to the keeper. 30 for 1. So the score is 30 for 1. Labuschagne is on 3. Weatherald is on 10 after 7 overs. 30 for 1. Amute, how you doing, man? Good to have you here. Good night to you, man. Merry Christmas to you also. It's a pleasure. This is the worst bowling attack I have ever seen in the Ashes series. Interesting perspective. Interesting perspective. Do you agree? Do you agree that this is the worst England bowling attack ever in Ashes cricket that you have seen? And it's interesting that 64% of you believe that Australia will whitewash England. So it's a standard feel now for the right-handed Carse over the wicket to the right-handed Labuschagne, and in that 3 slips gully, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, forward square leg, and a man on the long leg boundary. So it's standard feel here now as Carse over the wicket, bowls to Labuschagne, leaves a wide one. The keeper failed to collect. He's probably a junk. Jamie Smith is probably junk. Is this English team junk? Are these guys junks? What do you think? You think these guys are junk? Hope Marnus ain't feel one of the half century and imitating Smith. Go keep the spot. He needs a big one here. Yeah, he needs a big one. Yes. Labuschagne needs a big one. He's batting for his place in the team. Carse over the wicket. Bowls to Labuschagne. Edge onto the pad. Drop short of the slip. 30 for 1 after 7.2. Yeah, I don't see Carse. I would really love to see Carse pitch mark there. That one hit him high on the tie pad, and Carse is chirping like a parrot because he got one to pass the bat. They are packed in at Melbourne. It's a regular Boxing Day test. Over the wicket, ball stole Labuschagne, and Labuschagne played it out into the offside, and Weatherald call him through for a single. The score goes up to 131 for 1 in over number 8. No persons in the western world, in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and so forth. They look forward to this. Is one of their Christmas event, because although it is Christmas night in the Caribbean and in the USA and so on, it's actually Saturday. It's actually Boxing Day morning in Australia, and they call it the Boxing Day test. It's a tradition, and a lot of persons look forward to this Christmas evening time. You know, as I said at the beginning, let's watch this delivery from Carse first. He comes in, bowls to Weatherald, who defends comfortable back down the offside of the pitch, and there is no run. After having a sumptuous Christmas dinner and a few glasses of wine or whatsoever you drink, juices or water, whatsoever it is that you have for Christmas, you know, you look forward to this match. It's something that you do year in, year out. It's a Christmas tradition, at least for me, and I know it's for many persons. This match. Over the wicket comes Carse, bowls to Weatherald, leaves a tight one outside the off stump through to the keeper. John Campbell should be watching, you know, because these are the things that I would do if I'm West Indies coach, you know. I would have matches like these, the players have to be watching them. Yeah, they have to be watching them, man. If you're not watching matches like these, you're not getting any retainer contract. That is in your contract. Yes. Yeah. When Australia and India playing and South Africa, you have to watch them, man. You can't bat. You have to watch man bat. Carse to Weatherald, plays it to mid-wicket. There is no run. The score is 31 without loss after 8 overs. You have to watch man bat, man. You know, even probably. Wow, let's see if this is better from Carse. Yeah, much not well. It's all over the place, yeah. Well, at least he got 2 balls in the same area. That's Gus Atkinson, yeah. And that's what forced the shot from Ed, and Ed was out bowled as he got the inside edge onto it, you know. But he's all over the place. Look at that. There's no pattern developing there. There's an inconsistency. And it is these inconsistent bowlers that gets wicked sometimes, because the batsmen don't know what they're really doing. 1 for 7 for Gus Atkinson from 4 overs. We are on the first morning of the 4th Ashes Test. Please hit that thumbs up button. You know, it's a Merry Christmas. This is a Christmas special on the Cricket Forum, as we look to cover more international cricket going forward, especially T20s. We used to do a lot of T20s in the beginning from all countries, so we'll try to do some more of those going forward. This is Gus Atkinson. He's over the wicket, bowls to Labuschagne, who drives back down the pitch. The bowler stuck out his hand and field, and there is no run. Well, next West Indies play. Next month, we play both Afghanistan and South Africa next month in T20 matches before the World Cup in February. So there's a lot of cricket coming up for the West Indies. The World Cup is in February. So, but we'll play both. We're playing both South Africa and Afghanistan. I will give you the date on those, Juna Benjamin, shortly. The exact date when we'll be playing those matches. And also coming up, you know, next month is the Under-19 World Cup. West Indies will be taking part in that World Cup. I've been asking the question to see if I could get a feedback, because I am not. If the English Under-19 team that came here for those practice matches, if it is a full strength team, then the West Indies team is in good stead. We were very competitive in those matches. And if you are using the performances against that under-19 English team to gauge West Indies' performances, it's a 7-match series, and we won the series, and we were competitive in even the matches that we lose, except one that we lost. So, but I don't know the strength of the England team. Is that a full strength English under-19 team? I don't know. Over the wicket, bowls leave alone by Labuschagne, 31 for 1 after 8.4. Atkinson pitched up. I don't know, but if it is, then we are in good stead. We are in very good stead, But I think West Indies. I think West Indies' first match in the under-19 World Cup against Tanzania. Yes, Tanzania. Oh, that one came back sharply. He leaves it alone, though it struck him very close to the family jewel, then dropped down in front of him, and there's no run. 31 for 1. So the under-19 World Cup starts in 2 to 3 weeks' time. And our first match will be against Tanzania. We'll also be playing Afghanistan, but the first T20 against Afghanistan will be on the 19th. T20 International, West Indies T20 International versus Afghanistan will be on the 19th. The second will be on the 21st, and the third will be on the 22nd. So there are 3 matches there in 4 days. So those 3. Is it so? No, sorry. Yeah, 3 matches in 4 days. 19, 21st, and 22nd. So it's a quick 4-match. It's a quick 4-day series. Do you ever? Cause I always wonder about T20 cricket, and I always wonder if you could have played 2 T20 match all day or 1 day, 2 T20 international match 1 day. Is it that you want to make any money? Is it, empty the stadium? After the first match, empty the stadium. So you play one starting at probably 10, 11 o'clock, and then start the other one at 7 o'clock at night. It's an idea. Probably could look into it. Yeah, so the first T20 against Afghanistan will be on the 19th. Meanwhile, the World Cup start. The under 1950 over World Cup will start on the 15th of January. So there's a lot of cricket coming up. A lot of cricket. Even tomorrow, I think there's 19 cricket matches being played between Test match cricket, international cricket, and T20 cricket. 19 matches is being played on Boxing Day. This is the first of those 19 matches. Bowling change for England, tongue round the wicket to Weatherald covers up play down the outside of the pitch, no run. So after those 3 T20 internationals against Afghanistan, we now play 3 T20 internationals against South Africa, starting on Tuesday the 27th. So 1 week after, well, not even 1 week, 5 days after, we'll fly from Afghanistan. Oh, those matches against Afghanistan, incidentally, we played at Sharjah. So we left Sharjah down the leg side. Look, batsman look to turn. Smith think he gets an edge. Yes, he's out. Weatherald gone stronger down the leg side. England pick up their second wicket. Australia in a spot of bother at 32 for 2. Oh, that was a nothing shot. The ball was down the leg side, and he looks to turn it away. Misses. Not really misses. Got an edge to it, and it went through to the keeper, who dived to his right, took the catch. Oh, poor shot. What a poor shot. Poor dismissal. Second wicket down. 32 for 2. They're going to say this is why we bowl Athena. Here comes Steve Smith. Is he wearing the eye patch? Hold up your head. Make me say for wearing the high patch Steve Smith. He's holding down his head. No, he's not wearing it. I think he only wears it for night matches. So in come the Australian captain in this match. Steve Smith walks to the crease with Australia 31 for 2. So the third T20 against Afghanistan is played on the Thursday the 22nd, and by the next Tuesday the 27th, West Indies will be playing South Africa in the first of 3 T20 internationals. And again, those 3 T20 internationals are quick turnaround, 27th, 29th, and 31st. I think so there's a lot of cricket coming up for the West Indies. We are also going to play New Zealand, New Zealand later this year in the World Cup. After those 3 T20 internationals, we go to the World Cup. I think our first match is against Bangladesh on the 7th or thereabout, the first World Cup matches. So there's a lot of cricket coming up, a lot of cricket. So our next series is over the wicket, Tongue bowls to Simit, beaten outside the half stump 31 for 2. Test cricket. When West Indies play their next test match, it should be, is it against Sri Lanka, Athena? I think West Indies next test match may be against Sri Lanka. It could be, maybe some. We're not going to play any more test cricket again until the West Indies summer. So it's probably about June, July, and I think it's against Sri Lanka. Yes. Thank you very much, Athena. Athena is saying, please subscribe, share, and hit the like button. I agree with him. Please subscribe, share the stream, and hit the thumbs up button. Thank you very, very much, Athena. I appreciate that much. Very, very much, Athena. Thanks for that. When is our next test match, Athena? Is it against Sri Lanka in sometime in June? That's what my mind is telling me. My mind is telling me. So here is Tongue to Smith, to Labuschagne. He's in both to Labuschagne, who allows it to go outside the stump. 32 for 2 after 9.5. Jamor Small, how you doing, man? Big up, Merry Christmas to you. Happy to have you here. It's my pleasure being here, man. I'm just, it's a Christmas special, just chilling in, just watching the match and chilling. Instead of drinking a few beers, it better to be here with you guys. It's more fun to be here with you guys than to drink a few beers. So it's my pleasure. I look forward to the interaction, and I thank everyone for being here. Tongue over the wicket, bowls to Labuschagne, who drives down the ground. They'll get at least 2. I think they should get 3. The return comes in now. Let's see if they get 3. Waiting to see it on the 2. 34 for 2 after 10 overs. Yes, man. Respect, man. Respect to you too, Jamor Small. Enough respect. $34 for 2. And Australia would felt hard done by the 2 dismissals, Yes, Sri Lanka. Thank you, Athena. King Nelson sees the greetings to you too, man. Big up yourself, boss. Big up yourself, King Nelson. So thank you, Athena. Sri Lanka, yes, sometime in June we should be playing Sri Lanka. Yeah, Australia would have felt hard done by those two dismissals. One is a bottom edge onto the stump and one is a stronger down the leg side. You know, they weren't great deliveries that get the wickets. And you could look at it and say that Australia really handed England 2 wickets because England has not been bowling well. They are not been bowling well. So I'm now seeing it's Pakistan in Trinidad, Queen's Park Oval first test and Brian Lara Stadium second test. I think the Sri Lanka series comes up before that. Labuschagne leaves alone outside the half stump as it goes through to the keeper, 34 for 2. I think the Sri Lanka series comes up before the Pakistan series. I think one of the Sri Lanka matches being played in Jamaica. You know, I'm hearing that the regional 4-day tournament next year, over the wicket, balls leave alone outside the half stump by Simit goes through to the keeper and there is no run. I'm hearing that the regional 4-day tournament is going to take place in Antigua alone. So there won't be any traveling to and fro. Is that the 6 teams will gather in Antigua and the matches will be played over 5 weeks. And I heard that the Antigua Recreation Ground is going to be hosting cricket match again. It has been a football ground more or less since the Vivian Richard Stadium, Sir Vivian Richard Cricket Stadium was inaugurated. So I heard that cricket matches will be played. I heard that Cricket West Indies have asked the Antigua government to see if they can get the Antigua Recreation Ground up to standard to host regional first-class matches this year. So I'm hearing that all the first-class matches will be in Antigua. They will use Coolidge, Antigua Recreation Ground, Sir Viv Oval for the tournament. That's my understanding, that those are where the match is going to play. So they won't be flying around the Caribbean. They say it's a cost-cutting measure. Good night, Mr. Casanova. You think? Merry Christmas to you. Good night, boss. Good night. Big up. Your boy Labuschagne batting. You love Labuschagne. There are 2 slips. You could say 3 slips, but there's a gap between second and fourth. Atkinson over the wicket, ball to Simit, and Simit is down, but he's up quickly. That ball was going down the leg side, taken on the pad and go to the half side. He was down on his knees, but he's up quickly. 34 for 2 at the end of over number 11. Those 2 wickets, Australia really feel hard done by those 2 wickets. A stronger down the leg side and a bottom edge onto the stump. My advice to Cricket West Indies would be play the Super 50 same time as you're playing the regional first-class tournament. Since all the teams will be there, play the Super 50 same time. Yeah, play the Super 50 same time. Since you won't have that expense to be flying back people again to one venue to play the Super 50. So play the Super 50 same time. Every country does it, don't they? We have our regional 4-day early in the year and our Super 50 late in the year. Every country does it. Australia first-class season is going on now. They are playing their 50 over cricket and their 4-day cricket together. When county cricket is going on, the Vitality Blast is going on too. It's the same window. It's the same window. But West Indies have first-class cricket in February, March, and in November they have the Super 50. And New Zealand first-class season is going on now. It's the same window, their 50 over tournament, their T20 tournament, and their first class series is going on at the same time. You know? So if you're going to take the teams to Antigua, whether you're taking them to Antigua or flying them around the region, play both tournament one time, man. Nothing wrong with a team. Yeah. You start those on Wednesday. The hens on Saturday. Play the one-day matches on Monday. Then go back to the four-day matches on Wednesday. So every Monday, we know that there'll be a one-day match. And every Wednesday, we know that the first class matches will start. Tongue edge dropped on the bunks are dropped. As Labuschagne was squared up there, he looks to turn it into the onside. Edge found, goes to slip, waiting on the replay to see what happened. Big edge squared up on the bunks to second slip. No damage done. So, Bowles, edge now gone. First slip this time. Labuschagne drives, edge found, caught at first slip. It pitched up and Tongue is on fire. He got 2 for 3. Oh, Tongue. Pitched up Labuschagne into the drive. Outside edge found. Catch taken at first slip. Joe Root, is it? Dolly. He's gone. Australian trouble. Khawaja will come to the crease. Jamor Sumal, I think Jamor Sumal earlier said that his boy Labuschagne is batting well. He didn't last long today. And Juna Benjamin think that if you want to host it in one place, keep it in islands that bowlers friendly. Let men learn to bat, said Juna Benjamin. So you think that it should be hosted in Barbados? I'm glad that they're not flying around for the 4-day to save money, and they should switch the countries early. Jamaica should be next to host it. Okay. Yeah, I think once they're flying around to different countries, when Jamaica turn comes. That's how I see it. You think they should be next? Well, that's your perspective. Don't have any issue with your perspective, but I'm comfortable once they are going around, and I know that, that somewhere in the line will be Jamaica, and that 2 region won't get, like the Leewards won't get too year before Jamaica get a year. Once that doesn't happen, I don't have an issue, so the Leeward 1 year, the Windward the other year, Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica. I don't have a problem if Jamaica is a 6th year in that row. Whether the 6th or the 2nd, I don't have a problem. What I only want is that after the entire cycle, Jamaica still don't get any. Would not be happy with that. Thank you, Salim. Sri Lanka tour of the West Indies, 2026, June to July 2026. 2 test matches, 3 ODI and 3 T20. Thank you. So the Sri Lanka tour will come up before the Pakistani tour. Thank you very much, Salim. I appreciate it. Enough love. No, he's not on debut. No, man. Tongue has been playing a while. Yeah, where's Miss Yvonne, our spiritual leader? It's a long time. The last time she spoke, she said she has been very busy, Yeah, what we miss her. Yeah, we miss her. We miss our spiritual leader, Athena. Definitely miss our spiritual leader. Yeah, man. Tongue has played a lot of matches, man. Well, when I say a lot, he's not on debut, so he is not on debut. So they're taking the drinks break in the meantime. This is his 8th test match. His 8th test match, Mr. Casanova. But that's the best wicket so far. It was right into that era of uncertainty. He came forward and drove at it, nicked off. Joe Root took the catch. Tongue got his second wicket. 6 Labuschagne made from 19 deliveries. England 34 for 3. So I think maybe this is why they didn't bat first. So Tongue round the wicket to Khawaja. Khawaja played it to Midan, no run. 34 for 3 at the end of 12. Says Sabina Park and St. Lucia as the best pitch for Test cricket, said Mr. Casanova. You sure about that, Mr. Casanova? After what happened against after that Australia match at Sabina Park, we really, I tell you the truth, I do not have much confidence in that Sabina Park pitch. As Atkinson is a long spell here, this is the 7th over of his spell. He's bowling to Smith. Good night. Good night to you too, Mrs. Brown. Big up yourself. Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah, Gavin Tong was from what? Windward or Leeward? I remember the name Gavin Tong. Where was he from? Was he from Trinidad? Atkinson leave alone by Smith through to the keeper, 34 for 3 after 12.2. Was he? No, he was not from Trinidad. He was from one of the islands in the Lesser Antilles. I remember him. I remember the name, Gavin Tong. So Gus Atkinson, a long spell, 6.2, 1 for 7. Over the wicket to Smith. Smith played it down the inside of the pitch. The bowler stretched out an hand-field, stepped across the pitch and walked back to the top of his mark. Australia remains at 34 for 3 after 12.3. Yeah. But I definitely think that West Indies come up with some weird thing more time, No other country have their season spread out so long. Every other country seek to have their season in a shortest possible period of time. West Indies have their 4-day tournament starting in February, ending April, and then 6-7 months later in November, they have their 50-over tournament. No other country does that. So why do we do it? I don't know. But it's not financially feasible, and it makes no practical sense. One love to you too, Sallyman. Thank you for the information. Thank you for the clarity. 3 sips goes down. Atkinson to Smith, drove to cover, and there is no run. 34 for 3 after 12.5. So Atkinson pitched up. Smith was into the drive. It was a half volley. He should have done better. But he failed to find the gap. He mistimed the drive as it goes to the man at cover. Use his feet, come down the pitch, mistimed the drive onto the man at cover. No chance of a catch. Smith, seconds. He's on 1 from 13. 34 for 3 over the wicket. Come Atkinson, solid in defense, played it back down the offside of the pitch. 34 for 3 at the end of 13. When West Indies is playing, and if West Indies are 34 for 3, persons would be saying all sorts of things now. They say, boy, the run rate need to push on, them about too slow. The first session of a test match belongs to the bowlers. I'm sure that Australia would take 16 without loss right now. They'll take 16 without loss right now. He was from Antigua. Thank you. Yeah, I know that he was from one of the Lesser Antilles Islands. One of the islands in the Lesser Antilles. I know that he was. Oh. 34 for 3 down the leg side, clipped away by Khawaja to the man at fine leg for a singer. He's off the mark. Australia 35 for 3. So Tong straight on his pad and clipped away down to the man at fine leg for a singer. Off the mark, Khawaja 35 for 3. Gavin Tong from Antigua, yes. So that's what I'm hearing. But the sky looked clear. It's because the weather report was that the sky, they would be overcast. Outside the half stump, Simit off the back foot. This time it took backward point and there is no run. Who has to move to his right? But that ball was outside the half stump and Simit looks to climb into it, but he mistimed the back foot punch and the man at backward point moved to his right, collect, and there is no run. Score remains at 35 for 3 in over number 14. As Simit seconds now. Tong to bowl to him. 2 for 4 from 2.2 overs. He's over the wicket to Simit, and Simit defends to the man at mid-off. And the fielder cover comes in and stopped it before it reached the mid-off. 35 for 3 after 13.3. Yeah, the bowlers on the first day in the first session is full of energy. Coming in also, they're throwing everything at the batsmen. Yeah, also Mr. Casanova, which I think is very substantial, is that the pitch should have some preparation moisture in it. Because the pitch would have been prepared for 5 days, so there would be some preparation moisture. Simit driven that down to long off for 4. So Tong over pitch and Simit climbed into it and hit it down to long off for 4. So 4 to Stephen Simit. He's on 39. Australia's on 39 for 3. Yes, sorry. Wow. So that was pitched up and Simit climbed into it and drive it through mid-off down to the long off boundary for 4, pushing Australia up to 39 for 3. As Tong was guilty of over pitching there. The Australian captain was quick to pounce and he drove it sweetly to the left of Ben Stokes at mid-off. He moves up to 5. Khawaja is on 1, 39 for 3. Yeah, so also, apart from the fact that they are fresh, the pitch is also fresh with the preparation moisture. You know, there's always a little more moisture on the first morning of a 5th-day pitch. As for 5-day test match, as Tong to Simit covers up to mid-on, no run. The score remains at 39 for 3. Yes, it's always there. So that moisture and, as you said, the freshness of the bowler, the ball should do something in the first session of a pitch, of a 5-day pitch. So you would ask, why would a team Tong to Simit down the leg side? He allows it to go through to Simit. There's a loud appeal, but I think it brushed the tie pad. The gloves was nowhere near that. Good to see the DRS timer comes on right away. 8 seconds left. Stokes just reached there. They're thinking about it. 3, 4, 2, 1 is going up, but I think it's off the tie pad. 39 for 3. Yes. So one would ask, why that team win the toss and bat first on the first morning of a test match? Well, it is a theory. It has been the theory through the history of Test cricket that most pitches will be more difficult to bat on from the 4th afternoon to the end of the match. That angle is not going to show you anything. You need to see a side-on angle. Yes, this is better. You know, it was always after. Oh, this look close. You know, it was always after Typad. So that's the theory. So you look to bat first, put runs on the board, and scoreboard pressure on a crumbling pitch on the fourth afternoon, fifth day of a match with a good spinner. You're chasing a total, it's going to be hard. Australia playing two fresh bowlers today, too. You mean close but no cigar, yeah. But I call it early, Mr. Casanova. I did say after Typad, it was after shirt, the sweater. Carse. Round the wicket to Khawaja. Khawaja played this away through the covers, off volley. He hasn't timed it all that well. Ben Stokes will all it back in. A few stuttered there. I hope he's not drunk. 41 for 3. Khawaja moves up to 3. Over pitch, and the left-hander just lean into it and ease it through the big gap between backward point and mid-off. Stokes gave chase and he hauled it back, and they come back for 2. So 2 fresh bowlers today too. I don't know if you mean like fresh for the series, or do you mean 2 new bowlers? They are not new bowlers though, but they're fresh for the series. Yes, they. But Neser's bowl. Remember that Neser got 5 wickets in one of the innings in the second test. The second innings in the second test, Neser got 5 wickets. Neser has the record for the most 12th man in international cricket, you know. Yeah, but is this would be Neser's second match. Turn away by Khawaja down back on a square leg. Fine leg comes off the boundary, limits them to 1. They came back for 2. Good running. Wow, good running that. Big outfield here at Melbourne. 43 for 3 after 14.3 overs. I almost said 43 without loss. Australia would have loved that. Almost said 43 without loss. So the left-handed Khawaja is on strike. There's 2 slipper gully. Backward point mid-off, mid-on. As Khawaja play that back down the pitch to the bowler who field, and there is no run. So 2 slips, a gully, a backward point, a mid-off, a mid-on, a man forward of square. Then there is a leg gully and a man on the long leg boundary. It's a 5-4 field to the left-hander. Khawaja. I always think that Khawaja should open. I think that although Ed have those 2 centuries at the top of the order, I really think Australia is a stronger team with Ed batting at 5. Khawaja solid in defense, played it to mid-off. But then runs are runs, you know. 2 centuries in 3 test matches. How do you argue against that? Include a big 140 yard and a match-winning 100 at Perth, when everyone think that the chase will be tricky. And Ed make it look very simple. So how do you argue against that? And I just think that Australia is a stronger team when Ed bats at 5. But boy, not many persons is going to agree with that opinion after those 2 centuries. Carse round the wicket to Khawaja, solid in defense, played it down the inside of the pitch. The bowler partially stopped it, and it goes to mid-on. Again, there is no run, 43 for 3. So the Bajan's not playing today for England. Well, they said that he has a side strain. So Steve Simmons playing basketball. They said that the Bajan have a side strain, so they are keeping him fresh and resting the side strain. You never know. Many persons think that there's no side strain. Many persons think that they just rest them in, but they just come up with something. So, how many non-English man in this team today? Ben Stokes is from New Zealand. Who else? Over the wicket, balls to Sibit, who plays that to forward of point, and there is no run. It's a cover point. The fielder is at cover point now. Oh, Jacob. Bethell is playing, but was Bethell born in Barbados, or he came early to Barbados for schooling? What was it? I think I saw something where he was born in Barbados. I'm trying to remember. Or is it that he came early to Barbados? I know that Tongue bowls to Simit, who played it for forward short leg, and there's no run, and the score remains at 43 for 3. He went? Yeah, he was born in Barbados. Yeah, 2003, born in Barbados in 2003. Yes. So there are 2 Barbadians. Thank you, Athena. Thank you, Athena. 2 Barbadians. So 2 non-English born persons in the team. Oh, Simit chipped that on the bunks to me down. And Tongue held his head as it was pitched up, and Simit caught in 2 minds whether to work it through mid-wicket or whether to play it back down the pitch, and he caught in 2 minds, end up chipping it on the bunks to mid-on. The score remains at 43 for 2. Lucky. Over the wicket. Tongue to Simit. Simit now drives. Can't beat mid-on. 43 for 2. Simit doesn't look second here, you know. He's moving around a lot in the crease, but it doesn't look like a man who is zoning. He looks like he's not taking the game seriously today. That's how it looks to me. He doesn't look like a man. You know that Simit is always fidgeting at the crease and so on. I understand that. But today it looks different. It looks like he's just enjoying himself, and it's a curry goat match for him. It could be. Look at it. He doesn't seem in the zone. Tongue to Simit, he allows that out to go through outside the arse stump. That's better from him. That's better. 3 for 43 for 3. Australia batting on the first morning of the 4th test match in the Ashes series. They would have already won this series by leading 3-0, by winning the first 3 matches, and have retained the Ashes. And England is looking to pull back 1. I heard Zach Crawley saying that if they win the next 2 matches, then it would have been an interesting series. No, Zach Crawley, the series is done and dusted. You are trying to save 5 love. That's what you are trying to do. The series done and dusted. Tongue to Simit, solid in defense, played to mid-off, and there is no run. 43 for 3 at the end of 16. So he's another Harrison College young man, born in Barbados, 2003. Harrison College produced so many test cricketers from that island. As they look at the dismissal, you know, too soft dismissal to begin with. And then Labuschagne would probably be saying to himself, you know, I could have left that ball, but it was right in that area. Good deliver that, you know. On occasions, you when you get out like Labuschagne, you fight yourself. You say that, wow, why did I play at that? Why did I play at that? But then it was a good delivery, you know. It was a good delivery. It's just the nature of cricket. Maybe 95 out of 100 times you leave those, you know. But that's it. When you play at it, you always have to ask yourself, why did you play at it? What is a good delivery? That's why they said that you should bowl there, the corridor of uncertainty. That's what it named, the corridor of uncertainty. So when you bowl there, the batsman will leave and leave and leave. But because it's a corridor of uncertainty, then somehow someone will just probably you play at it. It's a 5-4 field, 2 slip gully backward point, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, backward square leg, and a man on the long leg boundary round the wicket. Khawaja leaves outside the half stump, goes through to the keeper. 43 for 3. Carse is in operation. None for 24 from his 5.2 overs. So Australia trying to consolidate as we move up towards the third hour of the morning of the fourth test. So please remember to slash a like on the video. Hit that thumbs up button. Check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description, and check out the COOFANDY store too, also in the video description. When you use those links to purchase, you are supporting the Cricket Forum. So please check it out at no extra cost to you. I always wear COOFANDY fashion. I wear them on the stream and off the stream in my everyday life. I wear COOFANDY fashion because they are built to last and they are durable. So click on those links. Support the Cricket Forum. Merry Christmas, Red X Green. Thank you for being here, man. Much appreciated. Red X Green from Bangladesh. Big up yourself, Red X Green. Over the wicket, balls pulled away by Steve Smith, down back with a square leg. That's dollar. You can give up the chase. It will go into the boundary now for 4. Short, back of a length, and Steve Smith just played it away through back with a square leg for $4. The score goes up by 4 to 3 for 48 for 3. Smith moves up to 9. He has it 2 4s in that 9. Australia playing 3 overseas players, 2 from South Africa, 1 from Pakistan. Labuschagne is from South Africa. Who are the 2 from Pakistan, Mr. Casanova? That's one played to mid-on, and there is no run. The score remains at 48 for 3. It would be interesting to know the 2 from Pakistan. They are not coming to me. Yeah, what a shot. Oh, big up yourself, Waffy. Happy to have you here, man. Happy to have you here. Always appreciate you tuning in, Waffy. I think this is a good time for you now because it's early morning in your neck of the hood. Very early morning. You're probably just waking up. Carse over the wicket. Bowls to Steven Smith, who covers up to mid-off, no run. 48 for 3. Khawaja is on 6. Steve Smith is on 9. A Merry Christmas to you, man. They just play that shot away. Neser is from South Africa. Where is Labuschagne from? Usman is from Pakistan? Okay. And again, I want to say, why West Indies don't have anyone? Why West Indies just think that all of the talent that needs to come from the West Indies? And I think Perth afraid to come to the West Indies because of the experience of Nash. You know, although Nash eventually got into the West Indies team, he was not really welcome. He was not really welcome. It was almost like he has committed a sin, a crime. Yes, almost like he has committed a crime. Everybody has sinned. It's almost like you have committed a crime, you know, to dare to come and want to represent the West Indies, you know. And persons probably look at that experience and say, we're not going to West Indies, you know. Them want to accept us because to see the guy, what the guy gone to Italy name? Ray? What's the guy that gone to Italy name? The batsman that gone to Italy, gone play for Italy. Well, it is easier for him to go and play for Italy because Italy being an associated nation, it's the rules governing playing associated teams. I don't quite remember the exact details, but it's like the waiting period to switch from an associate team to a full-fledged team is like 6 months or a year. While if Ray had come to play for Jamaica and then he wants to go back and play for England, it would probably go 5 years or something like that. So Ray could well play in the World Cup this year for Italy, and by next year he's playing for England. So it's a different thing. So I can understand why he wants to go and play for the associate team. If he still thinks that he has a chance to play for England, I can understand why he wants to go and play for the associate team. Khawaja was beaten outside the half stump. The ball goes through to the keeper. No damage done. End of the over. I think it's sorry, 2 deliveries were left in the over. I thought it was the end of the over. Clipped away down to back with a square leg by Labuschagne for a single. 51 for 3 after 17.5. No, Labuschagne is from South Africa. Carey 87, how you doing, man? Good night to you, man, and Merry Christmas. It's a pleasure having you here. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the greetings. Please remember to check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description and also COOFANDY Fashion for Men. Use the links in the video description, click on them and make your purchase and support the Cricket Forum. Over the wicket, bowls to Simit played it down the inside of the pitch. The bowler picked it up in his follow through. 51 for 3 after 18. Enough blessings to you too, Carse. Enough blessing. $51 for 3. Mind you that England won the toss and asked Australia to bat. England making 2 changes to their playing 11, leaving out Jafra Archer and Ollie Pope and bringing in Tong and Bethell. So they leave out one Barbadian and they brought in another. Carse bowls to Khawaja, who plays it to a wide mid-off extra cover, and there is no run. The score remains at 51 for 3. So we are in the last half an hour of the morning's play as the Australian flag is blowing in a stiff breeze. So there are 2 slips and then a gully, a backward point and a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a backward square leg and a long leg. Carse round the wickets to Khawaja, who drives with intent. The bowler stuck out his hand and field as the ball goes back down the offside of the pitch. 51 for 3 after 18.2. So Khawaja is on 9. Smith is on 9. Khawaja has faced 18 deliveries while Smith has faced 29. Carse is in his 7th over. 6.2 overs, none for 29. He's going to go round the wicket with 2 slips and a gully couching balls to Khawaja, who ducks under a bumper, allows it to go through to the keeper. 51 for 3 after 18.3. So that was back of a length and he ducked under it and it goes through to the keeper. 51 for 3. Merry Christmas to you too, Sherwin. All I want for Christmas is a better team. No Raston Chase, Jamel Warrican, Camber, Chandapal, Tevin Imlak, Philip, and Roach. So who do you want then? Because that sounds like the whole team as Carse bowls to Khawaja, drop the wrist, allows it to go through to the keeper. 51 for 3 after 18.4. England winning the toss and asking Australia to take first strike. The batsmen out, Travis Head, Weatherald, and Labuschagne, all gone. So who do you want, Sherwin? What the young guys, how is that a criteria now to represent the West Indies? It must be more than that. You can't just be young. So because you're young, it can't be. Age is not a criteria for playing Test cricket. Carse round the wicket, balls to Labuschagne, who allows it to go through outside the half stump to the keeper. 51 for 3 after 18.5. He left that one on length, but it didn't bounce as he expected. But it goes through to the keeper. It misses the stump. No damage done. Good leave by Khawaja. So being young can't be the criteria. Being young can't be a criteria. Yeah. So Labuschagne seconds. We're going to watch Brian Carse round the wicket. The slips goes down. Labuschagne turn it to mid-on and there is no run. The score is 51 for 3 at the end of 19 with Khawaja. Both Khawaja and Smith, both of them are on 9 each. Smith has faced 29 deliveries while Khawaja has faced 22. So Carse have bowled 7 overs, none for 29. He's the only English bowler used thus far in this match that has not gotten a wicket. So 51 for 3 at the end of 19. So Stephen Roach, I can't really answer that question, Stephen Roach. I don't know. You can tell me. What do you think? So there are 3 slips, a cover point, a mid-off, a mid-on, forward short leg, and a leg gully Smith drives to mid-off. No run. The score remains at 51 for 3. This leg gully thing, England have persisted with it against Steve Smith for many years now. For the last 6 years. And I've never seen it work. This pitch looks like it have a lot of grass. Then England cannot bat on it. If it has a lot of grass, England cannot bat on it. Tongue over the wicket, balls to Smith. Smith drives, ball down. 51 for 4, right between the gap. Came onto the front foot looking to drive. Probably standing up too tall. The ball came back and knocked back the mega stump. So Smith gone for 9. Australia in real trouble now at 51 for 4. Pitched up, driven, ball down. Mega stump knocked back. He looks at the pitch. Well bowled. The tongue is on fire. 3 for 11. The C in CWI stand for chase, said Athena. Chase will be hard to move. You know, you listen to Chase and you wonder, because Chase talking about Chase getting into the politics of West Indies cricket, backing the decision of the president to stay on, and he's talking to the batsmen as if he is not one of them, you know. So you're right, Athena. You're probably right. Just calling name Sherwin, but put the performance behind the name. What's the performance data? Da Silva is not all that young either. When you say the young ones, and you know, just calling name with those players. You see, I recall 3-4 years ago, Sherwin, you used to call for Atanase and you used to call for Carey. Remember, Sherwin, when you used to call for those two? And you used to say players like Myers, Blackwood, Bonner. You used to say those players should go. All players who were averaging in their 30s, and you were calling for Carey and Atanase. I remember. How many of those guys averaging in their teens? So now you just come again and calling for some players because you want to call some name. What is the performance level of those guys? Why you think they should go into the West Indies team? No, I don't think so. Let them perform in this year regional 4-day tournament. That's what they need to do. And so you'll have a case. But age doesn't. No. And the thing about it, they need to go and learn to bat too. They cannot bat. They cannot bat. So we cannot continue to be picking more people in the West Indies team who simply cannot bat. Khawaja plays that into the offside and there is no run. 52 for 4. So a lot of rum per wicket. Thank you, Tongue. Oh, yeah. Banana Brooks, welcome, man. I'm glad that you are here, man. I'm happy that you are here. As Tongue went for the York and clipped away by Khawaja down through mid-wicket, they should come back for 2. Yes, they are back for 2. Australia 54 for 4. Khawaja is on 11. Lovely delivery though, you know. But Simit just never second. I told you earlier that Simit was a second. We in the Caribbean are so insane. As a player reach 34 or 35, we want to get rid of them for so-called younger players who fails. This is the mindset that caused Lara and Chandapal. That's caused us Lara and Chandapal. Yeah, Sherwin is just coming with his rubbish as usual, you know. Both gifted, both young and gifted. What young and gifted? What are they demonstrating that they are young and gifted? They need to learn to go and bat. Mr. Casanova said, our batsmen start to perform better when they pass 30. Mr. Casanova is saying, Mr. Casanova, you know, is saying that because he wants to say, well, now that Jhye passed 30, he will be a better test batsman. So let's see, Mr. Casanova. Let's hope that you are right. You know, so when he said that our batsmen, you know, when Mr. Casanova said our batsmen, what Mr. Casanova really mean is that Jhye has passed 30 and Jhye is going to be a better batsman in Test cricket now than when he was before 30. That's what that statement from Mr. Casanova really meant, because there's no empirical data that our batsmen are performing better when they pass 30 than before 30, else we'd just get all of them into the team. When they reach over 30, we just get them into the team. But what Mr. Casanova really wants to say is that Jhye Now that he passed 30, he's going to be performing much better than when he was before 30. Laugh my ass off, said Jonah Benjamin. Athena is correct. Chase ain't going nowhere. I can't see no youngsters since Barrett with talent. Yeah, you remember Barrett, Jonah Benjamin? Yes, Jonah Benjamin. Barrett had a lot of talent. There's another one from Jamaica. What's his name? He was from Senton in Jamaica. Went to York Castle. That young man there. I think he played in one test match and he opened it. What's his name again? He could bat. He could bat. And there was another one also from Jamaica, Leon Garrick. I remember Leon Garrick. I think he went to Garvey Massey and Clarendon. He could bat also. What's the one from Senton name, man? It started at M. Not Maxwell. It's at M. He went to York Castle. He could bat. Yes, Sherwin, I watch it. I watch it more than you. You only watch it on YouTube. I go to the matches sometimes. Not all the times, but I go to the matches. As that ball is played away through the cover by Carey, push him up to 4. Australia 57 for 4. So I watch it more than you. You only watch it on YouTube. Have you ever gone to a real cricket match yet, Sherwin? Have you ever gone to an international cricket match yet, Sherwin? Or you just watch cricket on YouTube? Left to be seen. Merry Christmas to you too, Randy Kelly. Happy to have you here. Have you? I'm sure. I'm sure Sherwin have never gone to an international cricket match. 2 slips, gully, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, backward square leg. Khawaja covers up and played it back down the offside of the pitch. 57 for 4 after 20.5. Short rising delivery, covers up and played it down the offside of the pitch. He's on 11. Alex Carey's on 4. I think Alex Carey need about like 100 and something runs to go past. Who is Adam Gilchrist as the Australian wicketkeeper batsman to make the most runs in a calendar year. Those are the things that international players talking about, you know. Inside edge onto his body, out into the outside, and there's no run, Khawaja. I saw, you know, while Alex Carey need a century to go past Adam Gilchrist as the leading run scorer in a calendar year for a wicketkeeper batsman. I heard person defending Imlach said that he batted 80 deliveries and that was great. Was it great or good? But, you know, so he's putting Imlach batting 80 deliveries at a high standard. How is that a high standard? I don't. Man bat 80 deliveries, still never make him age. And it was good. It was good batting. He looked solid and assured. Jhye. Khawaja pulls bottom edge to mid-on and there is no run. 57 for 4. In a match where there was 4 centuries and 3 half-century and a number of batsmen reaching their 40s, a man doesn't make his age and he looks good. And he looks solid. Wow. So they perform better in their late 20s up to 30, 31. That one flashes by. Mr. Brown, the first test match I went to was Indian captain declared because he was afraid of Andy Roberts. Lie. Those are not the facts. All right, let me test it. Where did that test match... When India captain declared, where did that test match play? Lovely shot by Alex Carey down the ground. The England skipper lumbered after it, or is the vice captain? Who is that? That person doesn't, it was at a full run. Is Will Jacks? They get 2 though. Good shot by Alex Carey. Sherwin making up things. He's not correct. Now, I'm going to say something here, but and I don't want it to be. I want you to take it for the banter it is, because it's nothing more than banter. So don't read anything into it too seriously. You see, Mr. Casanova, you have to understand when Sherwin say things like those, because remember that Sherwin have some visual impairedness, you know. So you can, if Sherwin think that Lane is better than Seals, then you have to understand Mr. Casanova, because he is visually challenged, you know. And take it for the banter it is. It's nothing more than that. As Carey drives through the offside, it goes down towards the cover boundary, and they will come back for 2 more. The score goes up to 61-4. Carse 87 said, Jason Mohammed dominating regional cricket. It's best see the right give him a go and forget these skilled youths. Carse 87, Jason Mohammed is one of those who you call gassy. He's gassy. Round the wicket, bowls. After back foot goes Carey. Can't beat backward point 61-4 after 21.3. He's one of those who you call gassy. So Jason Mohammed retired from international cricket. So he doesn't have that pressure on him. And he went into the regional 4-day tournament last year and he cracked 500 runs after the first 3 matches. And he came out and said, I'm retiring. I want to play for West Indies again. He didn't pass his age after that. So he need to unretire again if he wants to score some runs with Carse 87. Covers up. And there's no. It's okay, Sherwin. It's okay. It's okay, Sherwin. I saw Andy hit the Indian captain in his head with a bouncer. St. Vincent. It's okay, Sherwin. It's okay. Sherwin, it's okay. You see the thing about it, Sherwin, the thing about you know, is that you think that coming on the cricket forum, you can make it up as you go along. But Sherwin, don't come here with what is not factual. So if that coming from Sherwin is not factual, right? So also, so Mr. Casanova, why are you lying on Sherwin? Sherwin said that he never said that Lane is better than Seals. He just pointed out that he's young, he's tall, and he can swing. Windies don't develop and manage their talents properly. You know, Jamal Small. What about the player's responsibility, the player pride? If I have talent, I don't need West Indies to develop me. I don't need West Indies. If West Indies wishes to help, fine. But it is my priority to develop myself. It is a doctor's priority to develop himself. It is a teacher's priority to develop himself. They actually pay to learn, you know. It's a secretary responsibility to develop him or herself. It's the lawyer responsibility to develop him or herself. They actually pay to learn. No, there's no association, no organization. You know? So what is different about the sports? What is different about West Indies cricketers? Because it's West Indies cricketers alone. I hear this about, you know, Jamal Smart. It's West Indies cricket alone. I hear that Percy's not. you know, Jamor Small, there must be personal pride. But Mr. Casanova, you need to stop telling Lion Sherwin, you know. Beaten outside the half stump through. Xavier Marshall, Athena, thank you for that one. Yes. Yes, I think Barrett, Xavier Marshall, and Garrick. 3 batsmen that fell along the way. But you can't blame Cricket West Indies. You have to, it's always the choice of the cricketer. It's always the choice of the cricketer. The cricketer doesn't need West Indies to develop his talent. Thank you very much for that, Athena. So this is coming up now. This is probably the second to last over before lunch. Round the wicket, covers up, play back down the outside of the pitch. So Sherwin is saying that Seals and Lanes need genuine pacer on the other end to be their best. All right, so Banana Brooks. Are the bowlers coming round the wicket to left and Carey and Usman, please? Also, it will be interesting when Stokes will bowl himself. Well, I expect that he will give Will Jack the next over just to close off the morning session. Round the wicket, Atkinson to the left-handed Carey, who plays it back down the offside of the pitch. There was a lucky escape a while ago when the ball hit the bat twice, and I think that if it never hit the bat twice, it would have gone straight to the field, you know. 14 for Khawaja, 8 to Carey, who's on strike. So after 3 test matches, 3 test match and just start of his innings, he have scored. So put it this way, he has scored 267 runs. Round the wicket, outside the half stump, leave alone by Alex Carey. He has scored 267 runs in the series thus far. And you look at that and you measure our keeper against that. Huh? Stephen Roach, I don't understand the question. Stephen Roach, can you blame West Indies cricket when they drop a player who is averaging over 86 with the bat? I don't understand what you're saying, Stevie Roach. So please explain. I don't think many persons understand. Tongue to the left-handed Khawaja, played it back down the pitch. The bowler feels, toss it up in the air to the wicket keeper. Simit, who has to run forward as he walks back to the top of his mark. 64 for 4 as we push up towards lunch. And the first morning of the 4th test between Australia and England from Melbourne. This is a Boxing Day test. Sherwin, you need to explain. I do not understand what you... Stephen Roach, I do not understand what you mean. So explain. So there are 2 slip on a gully, backward point mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, backward square leg, a man on the long leg boundary. Khawaja secors as Tongue is to come into him now. He's over the wicket, bowls outside the half stump. Khawaja allows it to go through. 64 for 4. When you reach the age of Khawaja, you cannot fail in no match you play, because once you fail, fans will be calling for you to be dropped. Yes, so... Yeah, wow, what a bumper. Yeah, it's usually his Jamor Small. Melbourne, I think they hold about 90,000, leave alone outside the half stump. I think the capacity at Melbourne at Melbourne Oval is 90,000, and this is a Boxing Day test match. It play every year. So today, right now, it's Boxing Day in Australia. It is called the Boxing Day Test match. It play here every year. It's a tradition in Australia, and the stadium always full. Don't watch those empty seats. They probably are at bathroom or in the cafeteria or something, but it's always a sellout. Tang to Khawaja. Khawaja drives a full ball down the ground. Midon gave chase, but the chase is he just lumbered off it. You can see that probably some rum is in him. It's now 66 for 4. 66 for 4. West Indies cricket in the past has dropped a player who was averaging over 86 with the bat with no explanation. Who is that player? Please tell us. Yes, good question, Sherwin. Good question. And this one is out driven down the ground by Khawaja. It will go into the boundary this time, definitely 70 for 4. Khawaja moves up to 20, so pitched up there, and Khawaja drove it down the ground. One delivery to going over number 24. I think there will be one other over after this. I think that Will Jacks will bowl that over. Those are Bethell. I'll go for Jacks. Left-handers are batting, bringing in their part-time half spinner. He might turn one across them and get the edge. And it will be a very, very good session for England. It's already a great session, but it will just make it better. Tang over the wicket, bowls to Khawaja, played it to mid-wicket. There's no run, 70 for 4 at the end of 24. Yes, I'll be very keen to know who is that player. Very, very keen to know who is that player. I don't know. And okay, how many test matches did he play, Athena? And was he picked as a bowler? Because it is Andy Guantomu, Desmond Lewis is his name. Desmond Lewis. Remember, Desmond Lewis is from Jamaica. So Atkinson ball to Carey, who played it to Midon, and there is no run. You say his name is Desmond Lewis. We love name, because when we have a name, we can do a little quick search. Not any deep research, but we can do a quick search and we'll see the basic information. So we love when we get a name. So now that you gave us a name, let's do a quick research and see. Here's Atkins around the wicket, bowls to the batsman, beaten outside the half stump as it whizzed past the outside edge. I think he missed a trick here now. So Desmond Lewis played 3 tests, batted 5 times, scored 259 runs, highest score 88, average 86. He not out twice. He not out twice. You see again, 3 tests, it's easy to not out twice in 3 tests, and it's easy for your average. That's hard to judge. Was he injured? And that's why I said that we can do a quick search. And yes, he averaged 86.33, but then we need to do some research now and to see whether it's a case that he was injured, or something. But that's very interesting, though, and very, very interesting. So he was replaced by Michael Finley, to tour New Zealand, and after that, Finley was replaced by Derek Murray. I know the name Desmond Lewis as a cricketer. I never know that he averages 86.3 in his 3 test matches. So thank you for that information, Stephen Roach. When you get a name, but we'll do further research. But the initial indicators are that he was a simple drop. He was not named in the touring squad. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting, you know. It's interesting, Mr. Casanova. The thing that is he batted to no, there's no. That's why the research need to be done. Why he was dropped, but I don't think that he was batted too slow. I think Athena is just bantering there. So that's lunch. That's lunch on the first morning, and England had a wonderful session, picking up 4 wickets, 72 for 4. You know, so we need to do some more research on this Desmond Lewis thing, because the team was to, after, although not making 100, his highest score was 86. He ended up averaging, his highest score was 88. And I've ended up averaging 86. That means he batted consistently. He made a 72 in Port of Spain. He made another 81 and an 88. But when the team was picked to tour New Zealand, those days, though, you know, man, back in 72, can you imagine in 72 how much insularity was in West Indies cricket then? You know? But wasn't Michael Finley also another Jamaican? I think Michael Finley was from the Windwards. I think Michael Finley could have been Finley. But very interesting. Good, good talking point. No, but Michael Finley failed a lot, you know. He didn't impress. We have no evidence that that's true, you know. We have no evidence that that's not true. You must. I have to remove that comment, Sherwin. You always make some comments that I have to remove. You can't accuse the man of that on this show. You have to bring the evidence. You know. Yeah, it was from St. Vincent. But Mr. Casanova, that doesn't matter if the man was averaging 31 in first class cricket and he played 3 test matches, he made a 72, a 88, and a probably 81 or something like that. He has 2 score in the 80s and 1 70 and not out in its 3 matches. You can't drop that the man there. No matter if him average, no, it doesn't matter if his average in first class cricket is 0, Mr. Casanova. Oh, you gotta drop that man. Eh? In 3 test matches, average 86. It's not a 1-half test match, you know, when juke something around. He bat 5 times. And out of the 5 times he batted, he passed 80 and 3, he passed 70 and 3 occasions. You can't drop him, man. Even if you average 0 in a first class cricket, you can't drop him. You know, you can't drop him. Sounds like Blunder Factory failing a lot. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this Christmas special. We appreciate the company. And, you know, it was a good look at chat. We were here watching the Ashes together. You know, there was less passion than when the West Indies team is playing. Nobody to curse and so on. But we enjoyed the hangout with you guys, and it was a real pleasure. Continue to watch the rest of the match. I'll be doing so. But for now, that's the end of the watch along. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. It was a pleasure. Merry Christmas to you, and I hope that you are enjoying the season. All the best now. Take care and be good. One love.